Hey guys, it's Lionon. Today, while it's been a little bit since I've filmed, I'm back and I'm ready to show you guys my custom LEGO street sweeper. Just as my brush truck, this has a backstory too. It's manufactured by Forcebite and it's a medium duty endurance cab. The rear is manufactured by Nickel Systems and is a Model 3 Born Sucker series. The cab, while a bit plain, introduces some of the geometry that I figured out in the early days of the development of this kind of size and general just class of cabs. It's actually a little bit interesting because of how this is a brick tall because of this gap. You either get up this gap or how I did it with this bracket here that filled that in. And it allows for some bit mildly challenging but kind of fun building techniques that can be a good thing to learn, help you kind of learn some various techniques. Although it's not anything remarkable by any means. From the side perspective, we can see the possibly understated exhaust pipe, the movable brushes, along with the vacuum apparatus. And personally, this whole area just needs a lot of greebling, needs to have more height, as from what I've seen in actual street sweepers, they're not this low profile, as I did of course I did my research long after building this apparatus. There's also the interesting wheel wells that are offset by half a stud, you'll see back here in a minute. And of course you got your rear warning light and some other rear details that we'll get to in just a second. Of course, before we get to the rear, it should be demonstrated that these brushes, one are identical in build on either side, are fully functional. They can be rotated around to different various extensions and can rotate down to get into gutters in various locations so they can fold up for transport and clear the ground, but can also come down to the ground so they can actually sweep things for posability. Not the best for play, but they do pose nicely. Now, welcome to the rear of the model. Back here there are, again, the rear warning lights, this white bar, which could also work as a directional bar depending on what manufacturer it was, and you got your rear base lights and a simulated license plate, tile thing, whatever, wordsness that's there, of course. Of course, one thing that should be noted, I personally think that this rear end is a little plain. Of course, this is gaps unsightly, but I didn't have the actual inverted slope to fill in. And I really would like to have an inverted actual opening tailgate just for posing capabilities. Back here you can also see the half-width fenders, how that's been constructed in that half construction. It's actually not as complicated, anywhere near as complicated as it looks, but it creates a different look for the build, if anything. Oh yeah, and of course, these brushes are functional, but the vacuum unit is completely rigid. It's got high enough it will roll, but it's low enough it actually looks like it's on the ground. So I mean, yeah, again, want more detail in here. So for the rebuild of Studston, will this thing get a whole new body and will be redone? Simply put, yes. I already have, and of course, I already have how I want to do that figured out. But for now, it works. It at least gets, I'm happy with the model. It's detailed enough that I'm willing to live with it. And I will allow it to sit in my layout until I rebuild it, even though then again my layout's not that nice and in that prime of condition right now. But I'll go ahead and show you guys what I decide, what's going to eventually replace this if I actually buy the parts, and hopefully all the parts do exist in the proper colors, hopefully.